Hello guys, it's Tommy and Bong,
Hey.
and we're talking about the Battlefront Beta breakdown. We're just going to break down our little some poignant moments for us, goods and bads about the Battlefront Beta. So let's get started. Start off on a positive note. Felt very polished and like graphically and fun.
Yeah,
to me.
it's clearly a lot of effort's been made on this game. You can't argue that. It's going to have quite a lot of maps on release as well. They're all going to look hopefully as good as the ones in the beta, and that is a big positive because it's just nice when you play a nice brand new game. I mean, I would say it's probably the best looking on all the top settings and 4K settings. I've seen some screenshots. It really is the best looking game so far.
Yeah, especially, I mean, we've seen screenshots, obviously not in game yet, but I saw running on a PlayStation 4 back in Anaheim at the Star Wars convention, the foresty Endor, was it Endor?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that looked amazing where the light kind of shines through the trees and stuff. So looking forward to playing that myself.
Yes, it's nice.
Also the sounds as well. I mean, they're straight out of the film really, so they're just perfect. Just gets you in the mood.
Yeah, it's the sound is what really makes it special, I think, just because it's just all the classic sounds, and you just end up sitting there just humming along with them. Often I'll do when I'm in the TIE Fighter. It's nice.
Okay, well let's swing it back for a negative now then. For
Negative!
me, I think the biggest negative of the beta was the lack of team play, in that you can't like identify where your party members are very easily, and it kind of makes it difficult to actually play with your friends.
This, to me, actually, instead of this being a negative, I actually think this is game breaking for me.
Game breaking.
Game breaking. I can't see myself wanting to play the game more without the very basic functionality of being able to see people who are in your party, because you can make an 8-player party. You just can't see anyone. The only person you can see is your partner, who comes up as a yellow text or yellow outline on vehicles, which is perfectly fine. That's great. So why can't we have that for the whole party, or a different colour for party members?
And it's a darker blue or a green or something.
It's a really super simple, basic fix that will increase the enjoyment of this game 100 times. It's insane. It's insane. That if they don't do that, honestly, I won't play it as much. It sounds silly to say that, but that is actually true. It's just silly. But yeah, there we go.
A pro for me was the heroes and vehicles. I actually felt like when you're in them, you feel quite powerful, but not too powerful. Now, specifically, I'm talking about the heroes here. Like they're fun to have a bit of a smash around with, but if the whole team kind of like focuses you, you will go down, and so you need to kind of really work on where you're going to attack and where you're going to kind of go in. Otherwise, you're just going to die. Some of the vehicles may be a little bit overpowered, but hopefully that'll get balanced out when people have got more anti-vehicle weaponry.
Yeah, well, basically, the heroes, unfortunately, I haven't had that much time to, because this is kind of rolled into a bit of a con, but like I haven't had that much time to use them, because the way the hero spawn works is it kind of randomly spawns on the map, and often you'll see that you'll learn what the icon looks like, go towards it, and it disappears right in front of your eyes, and it can be quite frustrating when you're like, well, hang on, I never get this. But yeah, when you do get it, like I would say, having only played Darth and Luke, I feel like Luke's move set is a bit better really. Just for getting stuck in and murdering people.
Yeah, he's quicker, isn't he?
Yeah, he's quicker, and he can
like with two of his
like an AOE push that just kills everyone in front of you. But yeah, the ATST is very powerful as well in the right. As long as you're like good with it, if you use it strategically, you can actually.
Yeah, the little grenades on it, I think, are a little bit too good.
Well, unfortunately, its power, unfortunately, I think comes a little bit from, again, rolling into another con, some of the spawn points things. Should we talk about the spawn points? Move on to that.
Well, let's go into that. So spawn points are clearly, well, they're broken.
Well, it doesn't work. They simply don't work. The game
too close to the front line.
Way too close. You can stand as an enemy. You can stand as a rebel or an imperial on the opposite team. You can stand in their spawn and actually have them spawn in front of you. Now, not many games allow you to do that because, quite frankly, it's just silly.
And then on the flip side, when you spawn in as an ATST or Darth Vader, you're literally miles away from the action.
Often it'll take you, I don't know, like 30 seconds to a minute.
Well, I played Darth, and I got down to 70% health before I saw a rebel.
Yeah.
Which, that's 30 seconds of Darth play just wasted.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So, specifically the spawn points, the way they work spawns, because you can't choose where to spawn on the map, which again doesn't help for team play. You can't choose where to spawn on the map, so therefore you just press play, and that's kind of their ethos for this game. They want it to be you just press play and you're in.
Easy pick up and play. And I suppose
it's not fun when you spawn and you're just being absolutely spawn raped by a turret or something, or an ATST that's just sitting in there going da 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 la la da 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 da, just firing grenades. Like I've got some insane kill streaks with the turret and the ATST, just on, and the AT-AT just on spawns.
I've spawned in front of an AT-AT, been killed, spawned again, killed by the same AT-AT, spawned again, killed by the same AT-AT.
That's happened to me loads. That's
unacceptable.
Game breaking. It's insane. So that to me is insane.
Now, obviously, that only happened to us on. That might be a problem specifically with that map. We don't know because we've not played on the others.
That's true, but I mean,
who knows? But you know, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, but that'll be fixed before launch.
Yeah.
Kind of moves forward slightly. We touched on like their ethos of easy to pick up and play. I kind of did find that it was.
Yeah, well, that is definitely a pro
now,
for a lot of people.
There were some bugs with the party system, which again I think
hopefully that'll be ironed out.
That can be ironed out. But generally speaking, yeah, it's pretty fun, pretty easy to just get into a game and play.
That's
and also that now initially I didn't like the game loading in the background while you're seeing like you're doing your thing, but it's actually a lot better when I think about Battlefield and just sitting there looking at a loading screen. It is better, I think.
Yeah, it is very easy to get a pick and play. That's what they want, though. They want people to just be able to go on and play a game and not worry about anything else, which is good. And the functionality of that works really well, to the most part. Yeah. But I mean, you know,
what of the pick up and play of the TIE fighters and the air units? Now, I initially was like, ooh, and then I keep finding myself wanting to use them.
I want to use them because they're iconic to me and they're awesome. Like the TIE fighters and X-wings are so iconic that you want to fly them. They make the most awesome noises as well. But obviously, this has been criticised before that the controls, specifically the mouse and keyboard controls for the air, they are awful. The sensitivities are all over the shop. You can't change the sensitivities separately for air and land vehicles, or turrets even. So basically, I find myself.
Oh yeah, that's one.
Yeah,
for
every
me.
time I have to change turret to an air vehicle to an ATST, I have to press escape and change the sensitivity because they're all so different. And even all the air vehicles are different as well. I don't mind the air vehicles feeling different, but the controls on PC are awful. In fact, I would go so far as to say you need a controller, really, like an Xbox controller or whatever.
Yeah, you can confirm you get a lot.
It's much easier.
A lot easier to like maneuver with a controller.
I think that's a control scheme issue
in the flying. Yeah.
I think with that sorted, that would actually be quite a lot better because I do enjoy the air gameplay. I don't know. It's just so cool to see above your head.
From the mouse, physically, with a mouse, you physically cannot indefinitely.
Yeah, well, it's about the thumbstick not being able to be held down.
With a stick, you can.
A lot of the air vehicles they feel like they don't work properly on mouse and keyboard. So that needs sorting, really. I would have thought that would be great because I really like playing in them. And it's a really cool thing to people on the ground to look above them and see this awesome battle going on, which ties back into the polished feel of the game.
Yeah, there was like 3 X-wings in a V formation flew over me.
Yeah, they looked very good. So there is some positives there, but unfortunately, as with the most, and of course everyone's going to say, but it's beta. Yes, well it is, but at the same time, it is also now approaching gold. Like it's going to go gold very soon. In fact, I don't know if it has yet. Yeah. And you know, there are a lot of small tweaks that can be done that can fix this, which will be really good.
Now, luckily, in this day and age, you do get the day one patch quite frequently.
Yeah. It's it should hopefully with a few little tweaks to some things. My top tweak is just the party members things. I'll be happy about now. That'll
make a huge difference for very little. What feels like would be little effort.
Yeah, but overall though, I mean, there's going to be a lot of content on launch. There's a lot of modes and a lot of maps. Like I'm quite impressed with them. With the Battle of Jakku DLC as well, there's going to be tons. So that's another plus.
I think it's like 15 maps on
14 or 15 maps with 7 modes or something like that, or almost plus 3, like 2 co-op modes, or I don't know how many. Just going by what I've shown on the menu, basically. But basically, there's a lot of stuff to do, so that's good. But let's hope that they manage to tweak some of the gameplay elements, the spawns, the party stuff, and maybe a few of the OP things. A bit of the balance as well, like the Empire on that Walker Assault. It's so hard to win as Rebels. It's so hard. But yeah, if that all gets addressed, like just little tweaks, then it'll be a bloody marvellous game.
So I think that's all our thoughts for the beta breakdown.
Yeah, that's about it.
Until next one. Good day.
Good morrow.